What is going on, spectators? It is Monday. It is the 8th of August, and my name is Julian. I am here with Brooklyn as always, and we got some fun stuff to talk about. It's hypotheticals, it's some cool stuff from the past,
Hmm.
and Brooklyn hit me with this idea this morning, and it sounded fun on kind of a low week for sports. What's going on, brother?
Not much, like you said. It's been a low week. We haven't really had too much going on. Baseball's coming out of the All-Star break, so teams are looking sluggish. Some teams are looking hot, but we're just enjoying the ride. We don't really got too much of anything going on. Football's kind of heating up. We got a little basketball drama going on with Banchero and DeJounte Murray. Whatever's going on over there, I don't care. This is fake NBA drama.
It's
Deal with
it's
it.
it's super fake NBA drama. You did mention football before we get into everything. The Hall of Fame game happened last week. I know none of you guys care. I certainly didn't care. If you
I
watched
don't
it,
care.
sick. That's awesome. Also, the one major sports thing, we said it was a low sports week, but the Little League World Series is going on right now. So if you guys have a couple free hours during your day, I know once we're done with this, I'm just gonna have it on. I might not watch intently, but it'll be on.
Yeah.
A low league World Series is always a lot of fun. So something to keep an eye out.
And also, the Hall of Fame game kind of plays right into what we're doing today.
It's true. This is true.
So, if everybody doesn't know, last year MLB brought in a new type of game to the game. If you build it, they will come.
It will
The
come.
Field of Dreams game. Over there in the middle of nowhere, USA. We love it based off of the movie. We're doing it again. So, we're kind of excited for that. Maybe. Teams are whack, but whatever. It's going to be Thursday, August 11th. So what we want to do, we want to look throughout the last like 20, 30, however many years, the weirdest venues and locations, sports games or events have taken place. And like I said, Hall of Fame game kind of fits into that because just in Canton, Ohio,
Yeah.
we throw these two teams in there at a random stadium right next to the Hall of Fame and they play. So give me one of your games just off the dome that
Off
just
the
stands out to you.
Yeah, so like you said, we got the Field of Dreams is in the middle of Iowa, right? There's no baseball in Iowa.
No.
There's none. There's corn. It's literally surrounded by a cornfield. And I mean, by every metric, if the movie didn't exist, this would make zero sense, right?
Zero.
And so the funny part about the things we're going to talk about, they make zero sense because there is no movie surrounding it. There's just none. So the first one that I want to talk about, it's actually one of the best traditions in the world, right? And it's not so much an organized sport as it is a event that happens every year, and it's just a really cool thing that I truly don't know all the details on. So if you guys know more about it, I would love to know. Send me some links and I'll read into it. But it's never something that I've looked into too adamantly. But it's the running of the bulls.
Mm.
And so the running of the bulls is wild because these guys are literally going down a street in what is it? Pamplona? I can't pronounce I don't remember the name of the city in Spain. And they're down the middle of the street getting chased down on a downslope by a bunch of bulls. Everybody's wearing their white with their red capes and all that. And it's honestly just one of the craziest things that is a tradition in the world. And it's so world renowned. I mean, everybody kind of knows about the running of the bulls. And they literally just lock down an entire street for it. What's stranger than closing a street to run away from some semi-wild animals with horns that are very dangerous?
Yeah, that's just a. I don't know who in their right mind. They're not in their right mind. That's the
No,
thing.
no,
I don't know what they
no.
was on back then, but to just say, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have fun,
We're
and
gonna have a
then we're gonna do this
blast.
every year,
Yeah,
every year.
every
And
year.
if you die,
If you get hit, you get
if you get hit, you get hit.
hit. No, but it's definitely one of the cooler sport. It's definitely a sporting event, and it's a tradition like literally nothing else. So really cool. That's my first one. I wanted to start it off with some quirky stuff, you know.
This wasn't even on my original list, but you brought this up, and it just hit my brain.
Okay.
If you go to Gloucester, there's a thing called the Cheese Hill Rolling Race. where they literally go down a giant hill chasing a wheel of cheese that's rolling down. You got all these people chasing the cheese down this 200-yard long hill, and
Oh, it's like the big roll of cheese, right? Like,
just
yeah,
big roll of
yeah, I've
cheese.
seen
And
this.
then you
I've
got
seen
people
this.
just rolling
I've
and rolling
seen
and
this.
tumbling
Yeah.
and fumbling. Just
People get like very injured during that.
bro, they're going so fast. It's a steep hill. Like if
It
you're
is a
watching
drop.
this,
Yeah.
it's just like this.
Yeah,
And
it
you
is
got
an
people running full speed down it. And this is it's believed to be a 600-year-old event.
Where is this at? Where is that?
Gloucester.
Where in the world is Gloucester? This is, keep in mind, this is not a lactose intolerant sport. If you're lactose, be cautious.
It's in England.
Okay.
So, like I said, the idea hit me right when he was mentioning the Bulls. I don't know why
No, I like
it
that.
matched, but here we
No,
are.
that absolutely matches. That absolutely matches.
Yeah.
I forgot that was a thing. That's sick, though.
It's crazy. Like you see some of the videos from it, it's just like, bro, chill out.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Take it easy. One that's a little bit more traditional, right? Let's reel it back a little bit, right? Let's get it back to, the basics, the tradition. And it's no longer a thing, and it's really, really not sad. This is great that it no longer exists. The Oakland Raiders, when they used to be the Oakland Raiders. Now let me yell real quick. The Oakland Raiders used to play in the Oakland Coliseum, home of the Oakland Athletics, right? It's a very rich history stadium. The fans there are great when they actually show up, not in 2022, but in the past. The Raiders faithful and Raiders Nation, the black hole was iconic. People were scared of the black hole.
Yeah.
But just in the middle of the field where the black hole was, there happened to be a full sand lot, because this is a baseball field trying to play football on it. And if you got tackled in the middle of the field, you had clay on you, like you just made a diving double play. And first of all, there's no way this was safe. This is just ridiculous. Why did the Raiders play in dirt? Why did no other team in the country do this besides the Raiders? I have no clue. And, Oakland's packed. There's no real place to put another stadium. Cough, cough, there is. Build a stadium for the A's, please. But how did they let that happen for so long? Especially the Raiders. Like, they filled out their stadium every week.
Yeah, like
now they're not even there. Now they're in Vegas.
Treat your people right, or they gonna leave.
It's crazy.
Simple as that.
Dude. It's crazy.
Simple as that. Nothing short of that either. Like that's just ridiculous. You see all the pictures. It's so.
And then the
dumb.
Raiders were all white with like gray. So there's just times where, for whatever reason, they're wearing white at home, which didn't happen too often, but it did happen. They would just be orange because they would make a tackle and just be caked on. Oh, it's so stupid.
We had bad football games, and we still got bad baseball games.
Yeah,
they got a whole baseball field now. No problems. Mixing and matching the grass, all that still sucks.
Yeah,
still sucks. What also sucks is having a home stadium, right? And then just getting kicked out because the RNC is in town back in 2004. The New York Liberty literally got kicked out of Madison Square Garden,
their home stadium,
and had to go play a basketball game at Radio City Music Hall. Keep in mind, Radio City Music Hall, stage, curtains, lights, big production. You're looking at the crowd. The crowd is on one side of the basketball game. The court is just sitting on stage. Like, huh?
And the crazy part about that is, too, tell me that's not just like reminiscent of high school, right? Like, if you guys remember high school basketball games, I don't know if every place was like this. I know our high school was like this. The backside where the benches were for the teams, they pulled the bleachers back. We had bleachers on both sides, but they pulled them back so that the players could have their side to sit on. There's space behind them. They could do whatever. And then on the other side, all the bleachers were out, and that's where everybody was sitting, right? So you're playing to one side for like the fan perspective.
No.
Once you go to college, at least at like a decently high level, I know like smaller schools still have that. That's gone, and it becomes a stadium. And now you are a WNBA player, the best of the best. The best of the best. This is so disrespectful. And I mean, how did MSG, and you know MSG is owned by a bunch of people who want to make money. So they're like, well, we're going to make more money off the RNC than we're going to for the Liberty game. But like, how did this not get like scheduled out where they had an away game that weekend? Like, how did this not even like...
Yeah, because the RNC, you're not finding out a week before that it's happening.
It's like 4 years ahead. They have to plan it because it's only when like big elections are happening. This doesn't happen every year. It's not like a thing that just happens every year like TwitchCon.
And the description on this literally says kicked out of their home and forced to play. Not they had to relocate and reschedule. They got kicked out and forced to play Radio City Music Hall. Good Lord.
I'll tell you what right now, though. If it was the Liberty right now, this would never happen. Shout out Sabrina Iniescu. The first ever WNBA player with 500 points, 100 boards, and 100 assists in a season.
Shout out Sabrina.
Go. Just go Ducks, baby.
Let's go Ducks.
No, that's a wild one, though. That's a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's a little ridiculous. I don't know if it's in the same article or not, but there is this one that is ridiculous. And I actually remember this because when I was a little bit younger, we used to be big into tennis. The Nadal versus Federer 50-50 game. And so, this one, I don't know if you remember it at all. Nadal is known as the king of clay, right? French Open, Nadal wins it. Federer has been fantastic on grass his whole career. So they played each other in like a friendly where half the court was clay and half the court was grass.
Really?
Half was clay and half was grass. It was in 2007 in Spain. And they were the two best in the world at the time. They still arguably are, which is crazy. Nadal is still fantastic. And it was the battle of the surfaces. Nadal wound up winning it in 3 sets. So he kind of killed him. But literally half was clay. I need you to like look it up at some point. The battle of the surfaces. If you guys haven't seen it, it is literally 50-50. It's just ridiculous.
That's wild.
It was a number 1 and number 2 player in the world too. So this was strictly like a friendly thing, which is kind of cool. But
well, staying on that kind of, in 2011, Federer faced Nadal literally in water.
In water?
In water. They played in Doha Bay, Qatar, and it was just a tennis court.
Okay.
Submerged like maybe an inch in water. That's as good as I can explain it. They're literally in water.
Was it grass court?
That
would be kind of funny. It feels grass.
It just looks like clay from the picture.
I hate it here. I hate it
here. And just since I got one more tennis one, I'll knock that out real quick.
Okay.
Andre Agassi and Federer.
Don't disrespect my boy Andre Agassi like that. Don't you dare disrespect him.
My bad, Agassi. My bad. But in 2005, I hope he wasn't afraid of heights. Because they were 1,053 feet in the air on top of the Burj Al Arab Hotel in Dubai playing a tennis match on the helipad that is all the way up there.
On a helipad?
Yeah, they played a tennis match on grass, looks like turf, but just on a helipad. And
were there fans?
Oh God, no.
Okay. Like if you're that high in the air and you have like a full stadium, that thing's coming down, bro.
There's nothing but them. I don't even see like
an official.
I don't see it. I just see them.
Oh, they were just having fun. They was just having. They just called each other like, "Hey, you want to go to Dubai?"
So
That's super weird.
yeah.
That is super super weird. Are there so like with these crazy types of games, right? And again, Field of Dreams is kind of what brought us here. It's in the middle of Iowa. Are there any like crazy games that you would want to see in like weird places that like logistically make sense? Because like obviously we can't say like let's play a baseball game in Alaska. That's just not really realistic.
You could play a hockey game.
You can play a hockey game in Alaska, certainly.
And I mean they do the hockey games at like football
Yeah,
stadiums
the Winter
and
Classic. Yeah.
yeah, which is cool.
And
I'm
that
I'm here for
definitely
that.
that as a genre makes this list, right? Just they go to
Yeah,
Yankee Stadium, they go to the White Sox Stadium, like, and they play a game. I think that's on Christmas Day or like around Christmas.
it's on New Year's Day, but
New
now
Year's
it's
Day.
kind of become just a thing. It's not just a set thing where they do it once a year. Like they'll have a couple.
Oh,
Now
okay.
they do the stadium series instead of like the
Winter
Winter
Classic. It's
Classic.
called the Stadium Series now. Okay,
Yeah,
which is
where
fine. More people
they'll hit
get to
a
go see
couple.
him. Yeah,
Yeah, and
sure.
I mean it's cool. I'm sure they probably figured out a way that they could just like do it efficiently
Yeah,
and not like have to put all of their resources into it.
yeah.
So
If they were losing money off of it, they wouldn't do it because NHL
yeah.
struggles as it is in terms of that. So
But to answer your question, I'm still upset with the UFC and Dana White for promoting Fight Island and then not doing it on the island. They just did it inside. It was a normal event. I'm still upset with that. So me and Jew the other day, I think it was yesterday, we were watching a Mr. Beast video. Shout out Jimmy. But he literally bought a private island and gave it to one of his subscribers. Hit 100 million. Shout
100
out.
million. Jeez.
If anybody is going to do an island-based sporting event, I feel like it's Mr. Beast. So Mr. Beast, if you're watching this for whatever reason, make it happen. UFC, baseball, I don't care what it is. Put a basketball
Let's
court.
get a men's softball 1 game, 7 inning game. Let me be in that.
Yeah.
Come on, Mr. Beast.
So everybody tag Mr. Beast. Tell him to go back to the island, hit up homegirl that won it, just be like, hey, we need it for a day. That's it. Let's make
Sure.
something cool. This is a YouTube video. I'm helping you with YouTube content, Mr. Beast.
It's free.
It's free. I don't want
Not free.
nothing.
No, that's
I just want the clout. That's it.
no, I want stuff. In that video, we saw people burn the $50,000 check. I'm taking it and running.
Yeah, that was
One of the
tough.
girls said it's not even a year's worth of tuition in college.
So wouldn't you want that? Like
Don't you like want it to go towards your tuition? I don't know. It doesn't have to be a full year, but if it's whatever, we're getting off track. We're getting off track. The island would be cool, a little private island.
yeah.
I would love that to have like your own personal like Survivor, because Survivor is
Yeah.
one of my favorite shows ever. I love me some good Survivors, so that would be really
Yeah.
good. I would love to see like a Field of Dreams game, pretty much the same thing, just in Cooperstown, Hall of Fame game, but it actually is a game, not preseason.
Yeah.
Kind of weird that they don't already. Cooperstown is like super known for having a lot of baseball. Obviously, the Hall of Fame's over there.
Yeah.
And then when you're younger, they have the Cooperstown tournaments. There's like 2 different ones that they have over there. There's like 100+ teams. I know I went when I was 12, and we actually went to the finals that year. So they have like a pretty cool stadium. And so for that final game, it was packed. There was like a couple thousand people at this final game. And that would be sick. Like have it right near the Hall of Fame.
No
And then
would.
you get, because it's so far off too. Like if you go to a Yankee, like if you go to Yankee Stadium, you're not near Cooperstown. So none of the players are going unless it's just in their spare time. And they're like, oh, let's go check out the Hall of Fame. It's never like a convenient, let's go do it. And there's plenty of
Yeah.
stories of like players being in Cleveland, going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, being this place, going to this museum, all that good stuff. So that would be a really cool thing. Kind of bring out some of the culture of Cooperstown.
Yeah, I've never really thought about like them doing it there, but it doesn't make sense why they wouldn't.
Right?
It's weird.
Very weird.
Interesting.
I got you. That's why I'm here.
Oh. There's one that I used to really like watching, a little annual one-off event that actually the WWE used to do. And I used to be a big WWE head back in the day. Watched it every week. Big into that. But they used to literally go to Iraq and Afghanistan and do a tribute for the troops and literally put on a WWE show for the troops. And they would have big name guys like Big Show, Cena, Rey Mysterio. All of them are going to be out there, and they got the
Oh
ring, they
my
got the
god.
stage, they just got troops all around. And this started in 2003, so it wasn't far after like 9/11.
It's 2
So
years
they're just
later.
in they're just in the trenches.
Does that make WWE wrestlers and performers veterans?
It has to.
Do they get like a badge of like a
They probably
participation?
they get a Purple Heart.
Oh god.
Maybe.
Oh god.
But
If they lose, they get a Purple Heart. Nah.
no, but they literally went to Iraq and Afghanistan from 2003 to 2009. But then I guess they didn't want to go in the trenches no more. And then
That's
from
very fair.
2010 to I think last year was the last year they did it in the US. They would just go to like military bases, which is still cool. Still cool. But
Very
yeah,
fair that they didn't want to go to Iraq.
very fair.
Very
And
fair.
I feel bad for the wrestlers that like in 2003 Vince McMahon called them in for a
Better be
little
there.
staff
It's like,
meeting. It's like, all right, guys,
huh?
December
You want me to
20th.
go where?
Everybody got their papers in order. We're going to Iraq. Huh? Yeah, Baghdad. Huh?
Where?
We're going where, Vince?
Nah, that's ridiculous.
So,
That's actually
but it
ridiculous.
was always a cool event because it was right around the holiday season. So, like, they would be out there in like Christmas gear and stuff like that. So it was cool.
Huh. There's I remember, and I could be wrong about, they might still do this actually. Back in like 2012. It was around then, 2012. North Carolina and Michigan State played a game on like a Navy boat.
Yeah.
It was like one of the first games of the year, which they always kind of do that. The first games of the college basketball season, they have games in like Honolulu, and they have like mini little tournaments where they just kind of
Yeah.
wind up playing a bunch against each other. And I remember they had like camo uniforms, and they were just the worst looking uniforms ever. And they just played on this Navy boat. And just everybody in the stands is just in uniform, which was cool. But it was like the same thing.
Yeah.
A very odd Michigan State UNC, which is not a bad game by any means.
No,
Two of the
that's
bluer bloods that are around, so they definitely went and at least got like a good performance. I don't remember how that game went. I don't even know if it was like a Navy boat. I'm just going off straight memory right now, but I remember that.
it was a naval station. It was a USS Carl Vinson
Oh, you gotta
docked
pull it
at.
up.
This was on my list.
You
At
gotta pull
North
it up.
Island Naval Station in San Diego, California.
That's crazy. I just remembered it because you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And
Megamind.
if I'm not mistaken, I think they're actually trying to do it again. Don't quote me on it, but I think they're trying to do it again.
Yes.
So it's cool though.
It is
But
cool.
also, if I'm not mistaken, I think they stopped doing it because the floor got super wet from the moisture, which understandable.
They're on a boat.
You're on a boat.
They're on a boat.
So
They're on a boat.
I get it. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you.
Dear Lord. The last one that I want to talk about, and this one's near and dear to your heart, my heart, the hearts of millions. Okay. And this happens every single year. This is the most American tradition that I participate in. And that is the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. The fact that the best athlete in the world with Joey Chestnut, the most dominant athlete of all time with Joey Chestnut, gets to show his beautiful face on the main stage in Coney Island Of every place in the world that they could be, they picked Coney Island. The Cyclone is there. The glizzy capital of the world, which it actually is. If you guys have ever been to Coney Island, you haven't had a hot dog, what'd you eat? Did you bring your own snacks? Because you're weird.
Yeah, if you ain't going to Nathan's, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's just part of the whole thing. So that's my number one. Like, that's the weirdest location ever. And then you literally have the most dominant athlete of all time there.
Yeah,
period.
there's no question about that.
Which is ridiculous if that's a statement, but I will double down, triple down. I agree.
Ain't nobody doing it like Joey.
I can't believe I'm talking about Joey Chestnut in August. Like, this is not his month. He has 1 month every year.
You're talking about Joey Chestnut in August, and I'm giving us our one NASCAR talk for the whole year. Back in 1959, the Daytona 500. Cool speedway, right? That's probably one of the biggest, I think, one of the most known, I would say, for non-NASCAR people.
Yeah.
Well, before that happened, they didn't have a stadium. So what they did, Daytona Beach, they took all the cars, they went on the beach and just had a road course and raced on the beach. They closed it down, and it was the Daytona Beach Speedway.
Did anybody crash their car into the ocean? Because there is a literal ocean.
No. I mean,
Fair
maybe.
Elite drivers. No, they're elite. They're good. They're good at their job. Yeah.
But yeah, they literally raced on the beach. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Like, looking at that,
Mario
it makes you
Kart
wonder,
beat.
yeah, why don't they try to do that more? Because
I mean, they kind of do it F1. That's definitely an F1 thing. I mean, we don't really watch F1. That's not our thing. I'm sorry. A lot of y'all like F1. I'm sorry we don't cover it. Maybe we will.
Which, I mean, F1 fits perfectly into this because they'll just go to, South Beach.
That's what I'm saying. They kind of feel what you're saying. They kind of do that. They have a track made, and they go race there.
But obviously, you ain't taking F1 cars on the beach.
Cowards. They say they're the best racers in the world, but won't take it on the beach. Cowards.
Yes.
Lewis
it would be cool. It would be hilarious if they did a triathlon type thing. They do the F1 cars, and then they hop in a different car.
They
hop on the beach,
out.
and then put them on a boat. And now we're racing in the water. And you dock the boat, hop in a plane.
Helicopter. I like a helicopter better. You get more control.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. Yeah. Make it happen. I don't know.
If you crash, you go to jail too. The stakes are high.
This is the gulag?
Stakes are really high. You go to prison.
What a clean record. You just get life.
Aggravated assault, baby. You're trying to win. That's aggravated. I'm a lawyer.
He is.
After the doctor by night.
Oh no, he's
pizza boy.
His name's Johnny.
I do it all.
Oh no.
Fitness trainer.
Oh no.
You call me
jack of all trades.
Yeah, I'm different.
He built different. Simple as that.
Simple as that. If you guys have any cool games in unusual places or yearly traditions that you guys want to let us know about, leave a comment down below. I think that would be really cool. Learn about some more of them. I mean, you had one site, I had another site. I have a bad memory, so I'm sure we missed a million of them. Let us know if there's any cool ones that we didn't talk about and you guys want us to talk about. Maybe we'll do another episode like this using all those. Who's to say? But I think that's all we got, right, Brooke? Make sure you guys watch the what is it? Field of Dreams game on Thursday. That'll suck. Cubs Reds is horrible.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. But
no, but I'll do it. I'll be there. Maybe.
You're going?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm actually in the game. The Cubs had to call me up. The roster sucks.
You coming out of the corn?
Corn's really sick. A lot of people are scared of corn mazes. I'm super down. That's the thing I'd like.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Corn guy.
Fair enough. My
But thank you guys, everybody, for listening, for watching. I appreciate you so much. Make sure you follow us at Spectators Media on all the socials, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and drop a sub and a like if you guys like this episode over on YouTube. We'll be back next week with another episode. It's going to be episode 150, so that's kind of sick. Anyways, thank you, everybody.
It's crazy.
Later.
Peace.